Right, I've got a confession to make. I am going to use that orange because that's that one. Bang. Okay, it's just to save a little bit of time. So, because that's the brighter color, that can go there. Ready to rock and roll. And then we're going to go for this blue. It's the Parlo blue there. Now what I'll do, just because that is so dark and it might be a bit difficult to see, I'll put a little bit of white in that. I'll put a bit of white in because, as I say, it will just help you to see, us to see the actual colour itself. That's a lot of white. See, I've got a bigger white container. I've got loads of white. I've got tubs of the flipping stuff. Right. So there. See, it's not a lot of white in there. You don't need a huge amount to change that blue. Okay, well, I might need a little bit more than that. And then again, you see, you can get blues like this in the tube, but actually, basically, they just have white. You might think this is the brighter blue, but it's not the most intense blue. On a nice bright day, you can see that blue like for what it really is. Anyway, so there is the blue. Again, we can mix that easy enough if we need to. A little spray of that just to keep it, stop it from drying in this rather nice sort of mid-afternoon. Gosh, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. How about that? So let's have a look. What's that doing? Is that okay? It's good enough for our purpose right now. So let's go on this one. Let's just move that very slightly. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. Yes. Right. Orange. Okay, nice, beautiful middle orange there. Gorgeous colour. And we're going to head towards that blue. So let's see whether we go through some of these amazing, incredible steps. Those browny colours, they're just so amazing. Right. Yes, you know we are, don't you? So again, oh man, you've got to see this when this changes. It's just magic. So now, see that? The tiniest little bit of blue. That's almost a shame to put that into that orange, but oh, look, see how that changed it, right? That happened really quicker than I, as a, you'd think, a relatively experienced artist would realise. Do you know something? I'm just gonna cheat again because I just want a little bit of a smaller transition there, because that went quick. That went real quick. So here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh gosh, woohoo! Love that colour. Just absolutely gorgeous. Right, so there you go. Look at that. What's so bad about that? It's a gorgeous colour. And maybe you're already a convert, but in art, you know, it is not just what the colour is, it's the relationships, it's how they interact. It's beautiful. Right, so we already have got the next step there. Oh, that's quite close, isn't it? But it's still a fraction darker. Yeah, still a fraction darker. I don't know if you could maybe not see that on the film, on the on the screen, but it is. Just take my word for it. Now, again, you can probably afford to put. Oh, actually, that's quite a big step again. But we're just gonna go with it. Oh, that is a big step, isn't it? That's too big. Oh, blast. Right. Oh well. Oh well. The damage is done. No, I'm just gonna. I think the damage is done, actually. Never mind. You see, as I said, even as an experienced artist, you would think that I'd have sussed this out by now, but apparently not. It would be a big step like that. That blue is, as you can see, it's so dominant. So what you have to be careful of, you have to have the patience to do it very slowly. Now let's just see if that is, I think that's okay. Or is it, yeah, that's all right. Look, it's not much different, is it? It is slightly lighter. And of course that brownie colour underneath will affect this a little bit on top, just a little bit. It'll come through a bit. But that's all right. So that's a bigger step than I wanted. But you know something? One has to be kind to oneself sometimes. Stop being so self-critical. Right, so a bit more. Okay, we've got to go for this now. Let's just go for it. Right, and stop. Oh, see, that's quite a big step, but that'll do. Look at that brown. That is an incredible, incredible brown colour. Not dissimilar from that one. It's a bit more neutral, I think. But again, I don't know if you can see it on the film. So I'm just going to scoop a little bit of that cross, not all of it, and then add a considerable amount more blue. Now I'm noticing this is really interesting because this, as much as even that colour there, touch more white in there just to lift it so we can see the colour a bit better. Look at that, how grey that is. That's a neutral, very neutral colour. So that's that blue and the orange. So what I would say then is the blue and the orange are probably quite good complementary colours, not even just in theory, but in practice, because if you get to grey in the middle roughly, you guarantee that they're very balanced, which means that they are going to be quite close to complementary colours. Right, so that's where we were, wasn't it? Right, so now we're going to sort of turn that corner a bit more. Let's add a little bit of white in there so we can see the colour rather than just the tone, if you know what I mean. A bit more white, actually, quite a lot more white. There, look at that. Oh, look at that colour, that blue, that blue, that blue. See, I think a colour's really, really interesting when you don't automatically say, oh, that's a blue, but you just say, that's an interesting colour. And then you kind of begin to sense the blueness in it, but it's also because we've been working from the orange, so that accentuates the sense of blueness, because your eye, or rather your brain, is looking for the differences. So this is more blue, believe it or not. It probably won't look more blue. Doesn't look enough blue. Let's just put a bit more and a bit more white. Yeah, now it looks more blue. So there it is. I don't know, again, you may not be able to see that, but it is subtly different. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's really beautiful, I'm telling you that now. Right, now what I want to do is just get more blue. We've got about 2 steps to go. We're almost at the blue already, really, to be honest. Yeah, we're pretty well there. So there, look. Oh, well, hey. Yeah. So now what we'll do, we'll just clean the brush off completely, go back to square one, squish a little bit more of that Tarlo, what do we call it, there, and just literally mix that with the white. Or I've got another one called Bright Blue, which is a beautiful blue, which is basically what we're going to do anyway. So why go for that when we can just mix it? Here we go, just there. Oh, look at that. Ooh, oh, there, look at, oh, that's very bright, but you know, that then shows you what the colour is. Wow, there it is. So it's brighter than that one, but that's just that one with some white mix into it. Well, that's what we should do to all the colours, just add a little bit of white, or certainly the darker colours anyway. Right, so that's that one then. Now, I reckon that this one is all nicely dry. So we can just whack that there. Okay. And then we can, why don't we just take that off, clean that one up. That's nice, look at that. Woohoo. And clean that one up because we don't need that one. And actually we can clean up this one as well. See how amazing they look, how gorgeous. Right, so I know that that's dry, so we'll just get that in there like that, and then we'll start on which ones are we going to start on now? Just realised I'm just dropping paint onto my trousers. Right, okay, so that's pretty well used up now, really. I can use maybe, get rid of it. But look at, see those kind of things. Let's just give that a spray. And then when I've done this the colour mixing, I'll put that on a piece of paper. Yeah. And then new one of these, bang. And what we're going to go for now, so we've done that. So we should go for let's go for the crimson, sorry, the purple over to the lemon yellow. Lemon yellow, you watch how this one changes quickly. Yeah, lemon yellow. And then we've got to mix a little bit of that purple. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for, if I can find the right. Oh, damn. So it's from there to there, right, hold a sec. I'm going to cheat, okay, because I've got this. See, I bought it, so I'm just going to use it. Why not? So that is that colour pretty well. And that is called Dioxazine Purple. Don't ask me. Dioxazine, okay. Probably won't need a huge amount of that, but that is flipping colour and a half, that one. White, where are you, white? There you are. So we will need a bit of white for that, just to lighten it up a bit. Otherwise, it's just going to get, again, it will get very dark. So there you go. I'm just going to do that little spray just for good measure. Not to get any in there. And we'll start with the bright, the beautiful, beautiful lemon yellow. Just wash that brush out a bit. Not ideal because it really does, sometimes those brushes to do the bright colours like lemon yellow, you seriously need to clean the brush out probably better than I'm doing, but let's just get going anyway. I want to get going on this, otherwise we're going to run out of time and light and everything. Oh, look at that. Oh, where have I seen that before? Where have I seen you before in my life? Oh man, right, so this is gonna really change that. Again, I think it will change it incredibly quickly. Look at that, you see when no you can't, but when I squish that out a bit, you can sort of see the impure pigments, or not impure, but just other pigments that shouldn't be there. So just for the sake of getting this the right sort of tone, let's just, now there, I think there is the value, therein lies the value of getting a ready mix like purple, because it is so intense, it's beautiful. Ooh, there you go. That should do us for now, and obviously that's going to be really easy to just mix that again if we need to, because it's come straight out of the tube. So anyway, only buy these things when you know you absolutely need them, because there's not many purples around, to be honest, in nature, so you don't really need a lot of purple. Anyway, so that's minute, okay? I know what's going to happen. Oh, look at that. And that has actually changed that already very, very, I think, significantly. Again, it may not show on the camera so well, but it's toned that colour down beautifully. Now that is, it's very similar, actually. And it's very translucent as well, because that yellow is very translucent. So let's just chuck a bit more in. Now that's more of a That's more of a hike. That's considerable hike, but I'm just going to go with it because otherwise we're never going to get to that. See how transparent that is? That's incredible. So if I was putting that on with the palette knife, I suppose I could do actually. Let's just try it, see if it helps. Not much. Yeah, actually you can see that it does. Oh, look at that. That is an amazing colour. There's a hint of green in that, I think. Again, you probably can't really see that so well with the camera, through the camera. Right, and a bit more. Oh. Now this is really, this is happening quite quickly, because as I say, that purple will dominate this yellowy colour already. So you see how similar it is to these colours now, and actually not surprising because that was yellow through to the purple, wasn't it? No, just a bit more. There you go. Look, just get it in there, step by step. Don't like to have to waste this paint. Oh, now that's going towards the greys again. The neutral, subdued, or unsaturated. Various ways you can describe the colour. Unsaturated is one, neutral, subdued. Can't think of any others right now. But let's just take a little bit of that, because we don't need all that, really, I don't think. Maybe just about half it. There you go, look. And then more of that, and that's going to change that quite a bit. Right, there we go. So let's call that. So now I can see that there's just a little bit more of that purpley colour in there than the yellow. So we've gone quite quickly down the tones and down the sort of the shades of colour. Now I'll tell you what, probably just need a little bit, because otherwise we're going to run out of that sort of colour before we get to that purple colour. Oh boy. Oh boy. Right. Yeah, look at that. I mean, actually, it's not far off already getting there. So I'll just do nice big blocks like that. So do about two more changes, transitions, whatever. So this one, just put a little bit of white in there just so we can see it a bit more clearly. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just amazing. Right, so look, there it is. And, oh, right, let's just. And then a little bit of that again, a bit more actually. And then we'll put even a bit more at the end, perhaps. Right, so there, look, we're virtually there. And just again, for that last little bit, let's just scoop that off the brush, give it a swish in water. And don't forget to change your water relatively often as well, just so that it doesn't taint the colours. So there you go, look, that's that sort of vibrant, relatively vibrant final colour there. Oh, look, way. That. Oh, that is beautiful. So there is quite a big transition between that one and that one, but that'll do. Now we can just move that, get rid of that now, tidy that up. And then we'll get some nice little surprises when we put those two little blocks of colour together. See what I mean? You get some really interesting combinations going on there. That's what I just call us, it's just a surprise. It's just something nice to have a look at when you've done that, when you take the tape off. So this can now go on there. And there. Again, you don't have to do it with tape. It's just that I'm a little bit OCD, to be honest. I can't help it. I just am. Right, so we just get that one ready to rock. Now, I forget which ones we've done now, for goodness sake. So we've done that purple, and we've done that, those two then, to those two. We haven't done that bright green, so let's go for the bright green. Now, just because I'm going to be lazy now. See, look at that. I tell everyone else not to buy all these colours because I'm going to be lazy. There it is. Look, that's near as damn it, isn't it? So we've got that. Let's just go, there it is, bang. And we're going to go to that one. So I'm just going to go not to that quinacridine. I'm going to go to that alizarin. I don't know. You tell me. And I may just put a tiny bit of white in that alizarin, actually. Let's just do that, just to lighten it up a fraction. Let's lighten things up, shall we? Yay. Oh, that's a colour and a half. It's just amazing. Right, actually that is an absolute gorgeous colour. Yeah, that'll do, that's light enough. Can you see that? That is incredible. Can you see the mixing even? Let's bring it a bit closer. Yeah, okay. So, whatever. Just squish that out and get down to it. So that brush, brilliant. Now, the thing is with this, this light green here, there's so much of that yellow in it that it's still going to be quite translucent, but we'll get over that. We just work into it. So look at that. Oh boy, yeah, it's really translucent. So I'm just going to ladle it on and begin the process of adding that crimson colour, alizarin. Now, we don't need a massive amount as before. Just going to quickly do that again just to make sure. That's the little spray there, just to make sure. And add a tiny, tiny bit, which will make a difference. Okay, that, see that? Just not a lot. And that will affect that almost straight away. So probably not quite enough of a difference. Let's just put a little bit more in. Okay, now that is enough of a difference. As I said before, no need to be impatient about this. Just enjoy the process. So now look what that's done. Oh, that's like a real, that's a green I've seen somewhere. I don't know where I've seen it. But I've seen it out in the wilds. On the wild side. Yeah. Okay, now a little bit more. And that's going to change that again. Look at that colour. It's just mad. What a beautiful colour. I've heard people refer to colours as horrible. You know, it's like, oh, that's a horrible colour. I'm like, look. Well, I guess I'm just saying what I said before, but look, it's not so dissimilar to that, is it? Really? And I suppose if you think about it, the kind of colours that we're going from and to do have similarities. So there. Definitely seen those colours before. Maybe it was in a Constable painting, you know, with all those sort of greeny, yellowy ochre sort of colours in the landscape. Harmonies, colour harmonies all over the place. Oh, look at that. Now that, ooh, that's quite a big transition actually. Drat and double drat. That's, no, that'll do. That's all right. So, you know, I can really see the red in that. But if that was literally right next to that red there, you'd be able to see the green in it because the red is so strong. Your brain wants to see the differences. Oh, look at that. So that is almost the same as that. And it's probably very similar to this colour as well. So again, the colour mixing, the mixing of all these colours, all those brown colours that you might be looking for in nature, get lots of variety. You can get lots of variety with the colour mixing, whereas you don't if you're just buying the tubes of paint of these various already pre-mixed colours. You don't learn anything, you see, by using those. You just don't. Whereas this, doing this, you begin to understand the relationships between the colours, all the colours and how they kind of interact. Okay, so look there again, a bit more red in there. You can just tell, just a little bit more red. It's really coming together. We're just going to do it again, just going to keep doing this. Okay, I'm sure these are not as entertaining as going to the Mayflower to watch like Wicked or something like that, but I suppose at the same time it's not very similar to that, is it? Really, it's a bit of a long shot, but there you go. Look, now you can really begin to see the red. That was quite a big transition, that one. I think that was a bit of a hop. That probably could have done with one in between there, but again, not going to cry over spilt milk, are we? Done enough of that over the years. Oh, look at that. You've red now. That's a bit more subtle. I like that. I like that. That's a real nice subtle mix. Oh, now imagine a painting, right? A painting of the meadow or whatever. And all the subtle green, subtle shades of green. And the earthy colours all coming into play. I'm just going to chuck a little bit more of that on. Just I want to keep it still slightly damp. That's a lot of red. Still, we need to move. We need to get a move on. So let's just do it. Yeah, look at that. That's that kind of bricky colour, which is similar to these colours up here, but it's a bit more pinky. Well, hey, look at that. That is amazing. That is beautiful. Love it. Now we've got two more little steps to go. So now I'm just gonna take maybe just a little bit of that, put quite a lot of that in, and then that leaves that for the last. Oh, that's a bit more actually. There you go. Then that leaves that that pure alizarin crimson for the next one. Still a bit strong. There you go. Yes, that will do. Again, I don't know quite how that looks on the screen, but from here, you know, again, you just have to run with what you've got when you do this for yourselves. And if you haven't fallen asleep yet, thank you. Thank you for sticking with me on all this this little voyage of colours. There you go. Look at that. There we go. We've arrived back home again. Oh, to Alizarinsville. Now, so here, look, we can just pull that off and look at the colour relationships going on there and there, and we've got one more to do. I'm not sure what purpose this serves, really, if you think about it, in terms of an art piece. I wouldn't say it's an art piece, but I mean, it could be, but it's not, because I haven't really thought it out properly. So that is just about dry, so let's crack on with that. I've got to figure out which one we've got to do still. Yep. And so we've done that to that, we've done that. I think it's the orange no, the yellow orange to the, got the orange to that blue, yellow orange to that blue. Okay, so it's the yellow orange to the ultramarine. There you go. So I might just lighten that ultramarine a bit. Actually, I think that'd be a good idea. And I'm going to be very lazy. Excuse me, very lazy. Use that orange and chuck some of this in there with that. Probably need quite a bit of that. That's loads of paint. There's, bang goes another 50p. Nah, it's not that much. What I'm thinking. Right, so a little bit of white to go with that ultramarine. So when you're using your palette like this, you just have to try and sort of organize it, control it. I'm not probably the most controlled with palettes, but you know, you're trying to, I don't know, just keep it so it's relatively coherent for yourself. So there you go. That's going to make that quite light. I think that's okay. Hopefully not crazy light. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's good. So again, ultramarine. I believe that back in the day, medieval period, and actually right the way through up to the 1800s, I think the ultramarine could only be found in one place, and that was, or at least primarily one place, and that was in Afghanistan. And it used to be incredibly expensive as a paint, a pigment, because of what it had to go through, and it had to be processed to even get it out of the, you know, out of the rock. Apparently, go through a sort of quite a lengthy process. Oh, look at that! That is sweet. Now it's got to be as lighter than the other orange, because it's got to sit right next to that, so it's got to be a fair bit lighter. Well, that'll do. That'll do. So those two are relatively complementary. However, both colours have got a little bit of red in. I know you can't really see it from there, but it's a hint of red in that. Anyway, so ultramarine was, I believe, in the sort of 1850 or around about, I think. There were lots of colours that were being sort of discovered, in a sense, or rather not discovered, but created through chemical process, or, you know, yeah, sort of manufactured in some way. Just discovery, really. Scientists were working perhaps on something else, something related, or not to do with colour at all, and then they would sort of discover there would be like a residue of a colour in with what, you know, like on the surface of something or wherever it was, and then so they realised that they could actually use that colour and basically make money out of it. So look, that's quite a lot. That's going to change that orange quite dramatically. So let's just put a certain amount in here, a little bit, tiny bit more. There you go. That's a big enough step anyway. That's toned that colour down. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. It's sort of slightly cooler, more natural. Although, you know, you might see that orange in a sunset, or of course a flower or whatever. There, but that is amazing. Right, and a touch more. Probably a little bit more than that, actually. There, that's the difference now. There is a difference there. And that's probably just enough to be going with for now. Wow, it's a subtle. That's a real subtle. A bit more blue in there. There, that'll do. Now it's a bigger step. That'll do. Yes, just enough. Oh, look at that. Still orange. Still kind of on that orange side of things. But we're going to move towards the centre. I have a feeling this one's going to go relatively grey. I might be wrong, probably am. Probably won't go as grey as this one, or that one was quite grey, wasn't it? Oh no, this one was quite grey. Anyway, let's see. We'll see. Now, what's that like? Bit more dark, bit darker, please. Bit more blue. Right, that'll do it. That's kind of heading in the right direction. So again, look at that harmony. That's beautiful. Just imagine that in a painting where you're trying to create interest and variety. So it's not all the same colour. You're changing the colours as you go a little bit to make it really interesting for your friends to look at, or your family, or you, basically. Makes it just a little bit more interesting. Right, so here we go. I reckon that is plenty. That's good. Oh, deep, almost like a clay, sort of a clay colour, that one. It feels like clay, just handling it feels like clay. Even though it doesn't feel like clay at all, it just kind of imagine that it's clay-like. And then again, a tiny bit just to turn the corner. I reckon I need to turn it a little bit more now because we need to get towards something that looks a bit more blue. There you look. Oh, this doesn't exactly look more blue, it's kind of yellow. No, actually that's not enough. Right, here we go. Turn the corner. That's quite a lot. A little bit more there. There, look. That'll do. Almost. That's enough though. For now. Now I really need to turn a corner, so yeah, let's turn that corner. Oh, there you go. Yes, now I can sort of begin to see more of a blueness in there. There's a little bit greeny colour as well in there. A little bit greeny, I would say. And that's because there's a lot of yellow in that, you see, and we're mixing the blue. So it will be a little bit greeny colour. Tum-ti-tum. Now, another dob of blue, quite a bit more this time. Just going to try and speed up towards the blue. A bit more again. Come on, Rich. Get on with it, boy. Right, okay. See, that is a very neutral colour. And there, look at that. Oh, golly. So that bluiness just beginning to show its face. Oh, I can't believe that colour. That is just wicked. Not like the film, but yeah. Anyway, a bit more blue and a little bit more blue again. And then I think we'll just try and do another couple of steps. Right. Oh, that's too similar. It's very similar there, so we're going to have to do a hop. Very green. It's almost like this sort of earthy, really earthy green there. No, so more blue. We need more blue. We need more blue. Let's see what that does. Okay. Oh God, that colour. Just crazy. Right, and another 2 steps. One more step and then the final. So, right, considerable amount of blue. Let's just really hit that blue in there. So it's still not going to be a totally vibrant blue yet, but it's going to be more so. More blue than anything else. Yeah, look, that's good. Whoa, what an amazing colour. So just by mixing that ultramarine and that orange, we've got all those colours, okay? All of those colours. And then we're going to stick that ultramarine in there. Obviously the ultramarine's got the white in it to, as I say, to lift it. So I'm just going to bring that across. And there it is. That's quite a hike there. There. Now all those colours all those colours are obtained by mixing across the colour wheel. So some of them may look a bit sort of dirgy there, I don't know, but you know, because they're not positioned in ways that they're going to react to each other that much. Apart from perhaps those ones, they react a bit, you know what I mean, sort of complementary colours. These are very beautiful, but these are quite subtle, so they look a bit sort of dirgy perhaps, and a bit grey, but you wouldn't necessarily normally put those colours sort of side by side. Although you've got some really nice things happening up here where it looks like there's a bit of light coming through, perhaps a bit of blue sky. This is sort of, you know, early dawn or something like that. So there's a lot happening, and you know, at the end of the day, you can mix. You know, this will give you more than enough colours in a painting, and of course you can add whites to these, and they will then become pink. You could add black to them, and then they would just go like the blues. You can go to midnight blue, and so on and so on and so on. So this will give you all the variety that you need, or you can add, you know, yeah. Let's stop there. So there you go.